What up, what up, what up, what's happening? We looking at the OBS. Y'all see him sitting there. The OBS. Found it. It was a barn find. Nothing fancy is what I want to call it. Anyway, we'll see what it do. Junkyard 26s. Come straight from the junkyard years ago. The engine come from Bowtie Boneyard. Transmission come from my cousin second to none, John. Harness come from B-Low Nation. Y'all get a chance to holler at him. Radiator come from Cortez Resto Mod. Fans may have came from Cortez Resto Mod. Nothing fancy. That's why I feel like I'm gonna call it nothing fancy. Y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this video. The process of what I went through to try to get this thing to run. We got some bucket. We got some bucket seats with a console coming. My man Perch has hooked us up. I said I was gonna take these out already, but I haven't. I'm gonna make something happen with the center console and the bucket seats. Still got trash in the back. If you look, the brake hubs were locked up, so I had to pull the hub off completely. The hub was locked up and would not move. So, you know, maybe adjust that back in and put the hub back on. But I know right now it's out way too far. Nothing fancy. Chevrolet. Like I said, I wanted to call it nothing fancy, but being that it is a Cheyenne, we're just gonna call it Cheyenne. Shout out to my little cousin Cheyenne. I don't know, I name vehicles all the time. I don't know why. It's something I do. This one here, nothing fancy or Cheyenne. This is Cheyenne. Welcome, Cheyenne. Shorty Doo-Wop's dying to drive this thing, but it's still a long ways away from being able to drive. And this is the only spot that I know of when I got the truck. Had the only dent in it, and then I did the honors of putting a dent in it right here. Yeah, that was me. I was thinking about going ahead and dropping these. These are 15s, I guess 5-hole. Thinking about putting these on it. It does need a flip kit in my opinion, but we shall see. And these wheels do have adapters on them, as you can see right there, which pushes the wheel out a little further than it needs to be. Reason for it to be rubbing right here when you try to turn, so they have to come off. All right, y'all, we are bringing you a daytime video of the OBS. See, we put the raggedy 26s on it. We ain't done nothing else to it. Nothing. I mean, I still got trash in the back. I still got a AC unit I need to get shipped out. The interior still got bolts and nuts and starters in the seat. But it does crank up. The battery's dead. If I hook the drive shaft up, you'll see. I'll show you that the drive shaft is just dangling. I have to get my new U-joints. Hook the drive shaft up, we might be able to drive this dude. There ain't no brakes in the back. We're gonna pop the hood. Flat tire. I'm gonna take these wheels off. They own, but I'm gonna take them off. Parked under a tree. That's what a tree does, y'all. I got some 6.0 covers somewhere loaded. Not the ideal trailer to be having the truck on, but guess what? I'd have carried more stuff on this trailer. I've had it over 20 years, so I know where to haul this 1500 C10. No, we're not sitting all the way down in the trailer in the back, a little wide, got the ugly wheels on, they coming off, and then we're gonna go back with something else. Probably some 15s or something, 18s, 20s. That's coming off. All right, y'all, there she sits. You see it. My man Perch looked like he done hooked us up with. That's coming out. So he hooked us up with a bench setup with a center console. Good looking out, Perch. I got most of the trash out of it. Do y'all notice anything different with the camera? Hope so. We're gonna put the 6.0 covers over the engine. Get these wheels off, because for one, we don't have the I don't have the steering clearance with these on here. If you look right there, it's the 305 SUV tires. You would think I'd have the clearance, but I don't. Part of the problem is I'm running adapters. If you can see, I got adapters on these wheels. These are Dodge Ford wheels, so they don't fit correctly. There she said, it's not pretty, but we're gonna clean it up. Put the engine covers over it, and I got a parasitic loss somewhere. It sits here and hums. Got something running the battery down. I'm gonna figure that out also. But yeah, we almost there, y'all. Got my pinion yoke fixed, put the drive shaft in, and I'm gonna climb underneath there later on. I'm gonna show y'all, maybe on the next video, I'm gonna show y'all what I did and how I messed up on the flywheel, because the flywheel has to be slotted for the 4L60 5.3. This is an older 4L60, so the converter spacing for the holes is the same as it would be for 400 TH350. So go figure. But with it not being a full complete bell housing, I still got enough room to slot the hole. So again, pull the seats out, everything, you know, we should be ready to at least try to move under its own power here in the next, you know, couple days or so. All right, yeah, we back on the OBS, raggedy OBS. Remember I was saying, I don't know if I dropped that video or not, just telling y'all what I have to do to the flywheel to make it mount or made up. Let me get a flywheel. All right, still trash in the back of the bed. Oh, there's the drive shaft, still the same way. Remember, I said we need to, there's 1, 2, 3 holes. This is a disc 5.3, I think it is, disc 5.3 flywheel. It may not be, but either way, we need to slot the hole one way or another for it to line up with the 3 holes on the converter. Even though this is a 4L60 transmission, it is a 95 or 94 style, or the very early style 4L60 transmission. So we have to get that taken care of. So I'm going to use a die grinder, compressor, slot the hole one way or another. Can't remember which way I need to go, but I think I need to go in like this. Yeah. And then once we do that, I'm gonna drop the drive shaft in, put some fluid in, and see if it'll move. The only issue that I know that I have right now is this ECM that's in this vehicle is not programmed for an electronic transmission. It is programmed for a non-electric transmission. So may have to swap it out. This ECM is what was used on a Fox Body Mustang for the track turbo car. Surprised it runs this even runs this engine, but it surges. It does a bunch of crazy stuff it ain't supposed to do, but it does start and run. Minus being a dead battery. I got something over here that constantly hums, and this is my transmission plug and the VSS plug on the harness. You gotta tuck it down, get it plugged in to the, get it down and plug it into the transmission itself. So that's another thing I didn't see to do. See what it does, man. We'll get to it. Hopefully y'all can see that. As you see, this hole is slotted. It's supposed to be a perfect circle, so the converter can line up. The hole can line up with the converter. Of course, I'm going to put some type of spacer there. Like I said, this 4L60 is the older 4L60. I've never used this style before to even know if it'll work. I do know it came out of a 95 Impala. It's a 4L60 out of a 95 Impala, so like I said, we're gonna give it a try, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We shall see. Nothing fancy here, man. Nothing fancy. All right, yo. We got the bolts in for the the torque converter. We do have fluid in it, a cooler on it, and actually it moved crazy. It really did. I don't have a throttle cable. The tune is, like I said, is for a 6.0 turbo build, turbo car, with Siemens Deca 80 injectors, but it actually moved. Not pretty, but it moved. Let me see. I might be able to set y'all up. Not pretty, but it moved. See if I can set this camera up somehow for y'all to see that it did, that it will move. I don't have the right tripod or anything like that. Let's see if I can set it right there. Let's see. Not pretty. Y'all can see, if y'all look, you can see that where the tailgate ends and the truck ends. I'm gonna try to pull it forward. Let's see what it does. Actually, I'm gonna back it up. Let's see if it backs up. She moved. There's a whole lot yet left still yet to even consider having it halfway to be able to drive it down the street. But I'm excited for that. You know what I mean? Bone stock 4L60 from a 95 Impala, 95 and a 5.3 stock, no cam, no nothing. It has no mass airflow sensor hooked up to it. It has no O2s hooked up to it. It has no exhaust hooked up to it. And I'm not sure even if the transmission, I don't think the transmission, transmission plug is in, but it's not all the way in. And then the VSS is not hooked up. So it moved. You know, I started out in one place, pulled it to the front. I don't have a throttle cable, so I got to put a throttle cable on it. Yeah, a little bit more to do, man, and might be able to drive it. I know I'm not gonna drive it with these wheels on it. I don't have the turning radius. It rubs real bad, scrubs real bad. Maybe if I raised it up a little bit in the front, it would clear, but not exactly what I want to do. You know what I mean? I would love to leave it sitting where it's at in the front, maybe bring it down in the back and ride like that. But again, you know, there's a whole lot that's got to still go yet, but we'll see what she does, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Be blessed, stay blessed. Swaps out.